Even though we all work in the human services area, the nature of our work can be very different. The services we deliver, the clientele we serve, the priorities of our work vary from one organization to another. So do the social MOOCs. With social MOOCs, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. We can categorize different social MOOCs by looking at the intended audience and outcomes. Generally speaking, there are four major types of social MOOCs. Training and professional development. This is probably the most common and practical type of social MOOC in the nonprofit sector. Most of us use volunteers, and training is often necessary and constant, as both the needs and the turnover rate of volunteers are high. Also, we live in an age where new issues, new tools, service trends, policy changes, protocol and procedure updates happen all the time, and we have to keep up with all these through training and professional development activities. The demand for good and timely training materials and effective trainers is insatiable. If an organization is reputed for one type of service expertise and has lots of great stuff to share, but has very limited capacity for in-person training, then one way to scale up is to make the training a MOOC. Obviously, this is what we at CultureLink are doing through this MOOC. Practical skills development. This type of social MOOC is commonly used by client-facing frontline service providers. Usually the goal is to make your existing training, workshops, or series of info sessions more accessible to clients who are otherwise hard to reach. CultureLink's two previous MOOCs both belong to this type. One is intended to reach incoming immigrants who are not physically here to attend the course, and the other MOOC aims at the next gen, that is, young clients who are comfortable online and spend most of their waking time looking at various screens. Many a time, we hear clients complain that they are unable to come during office hours to take training sessions for better employability because they still hold various survival jobs. If you make your employment training a MOOC, your clients can enjoy the flexibility to learn at their own leisure and still receive the same kind of support from you and the peers. Education and raising awareness. Many of us work with vulnerable clients who are unfairly stigmatized for their disability, mental health condition, sexual orientation, and so on. Some clients live in rural communities where access to support is very limited, and they often feel they are the only ones in that situation. If we can offer a MOOC where we provide education on, say, how to care for family members with intellectual disabilities, then we will gather a large number of participants from all over North America to share their struggles and positive experiences with each other. It will help fight the stigma, raise awareness, and improve clients' coping strategies and overall life quality. This type of MOOC can also help healthcare providers to eliminate physical barriers. For instance, a clinician once complained that some of her patients failed to show up for a 2-day mandatory pre-surgery education. Well, our patients are usually not physically at their best, and they probably live far from the hospital. Their family members are already burdened with taking extra days off from work to accompany the patients to surgery and look after all the post-surgery business. If we could move this type of education online and make it interactive and interesting enough for patients and their caregivers to access this information directly from their home, then why trouble them with all the unnecessary effort to get the same information in hospitals, where other side effects such as infection risk and physical overexertion, can also be avoided. Advocacy and course campaigns. This is probably the most unusual, but also the most innovative usage of a MOOC. This type of MOOC intends to create movements and build momentum for a political campaign. If your organization is big on advocacy, you may consider using this type of social MOOC. For instance, if you wanted to launch a campaign to revoke a controversial act, you may do a short and action-oriented MOOC for this purpose. You can name your MOOC Revoke Bill, say 170, just for example. You may use one module to educate the public on the actual content of the bill, fully demonstrate the negative impact of the act through digital storytelling, then create a how-to module to instruct your participants how to take action and give them the relevant tools. The assignment can be to write letters to local politicians or to sign and forward an online petition, to organize or attend a local rally, and so on and so forth. Participants can use the course forum to discuss questions and coordinate actions. Compared to a single approach social media campaign, the social MOOC approach is more comprehensive, has more depth in terms of putting all the facts and evidence together, and is multi-pronged because you can incorporate all kinds of relevant social media campaigns into your MOOC, and it's all in one place. All the participants need in order to join your MOOC, hence the campaign, is an email address.